Good morning. I'd like everybody to pay attention to what's going on here. We have the arrow for the chain adjustment, and we have the red mark here. And you can see the arrow is approaching the end of the window here for the slide that is inside. The arrow is stamped into the slide. Now, the question becomes, is this chain really shot? This indicator, according to the book, because the arrow has two arrows on both sides, okay, that indicator, if you can see it in there, is about at the red mark. Just about. And it kind of makes sense. It's near the edge of the window, and you can see there's a lot more room over here, and way out here on this other end, there's a lot of threads on the end of that bolt. So, what should I do? I mean, this chain's not going to be easy to get off. You can see here that it's riveted on. So I'm going to have to drill this out and get another chain and put that on. I could just go to the dealer and have them do it, and that's fine. I like doing things myself. We'll just see later. I really want to know, is my chain really worn out? So I'm going to maybe check it a little bit by measuring it and see what's going on. You can see from the cover here, there's no way to see the condition of your chain. Usually you have to take this off here, so the bottom shield, and then you can get at this part. If I'm taking care of this, I usually take off this and this and this, and then I can really get a good look at what's going on. If I come over here, I can't pull those teeth away from the chain. So the chain is on the sprocket. It's really good, right? So it's not sitting there loose. The chain's actually really tight. This is a really good chain. This is not the Honda stock chain. It is an aftermarket chain. And I find that with my weight, I can stretch the chain out in a month or two. Stock chain. And that's really bad. So what I want to do is I want to double check before I just go buy another chain. So what I'm going to do is look up this chain and look up the number of links in it and see what's going on, and decide whether or not to replace it, or just tighten it up and ride with it like it is. While looking very closely and shining a bright light onto the teeth of the rear sprocket, I can tell that the symmetry of the teeth are really good. It's impossible to check the condition of the front sprocket without tearing off the front sprocket cover. It'd be nice if they put a hole in it. But nope, can't see a thing unless you take that cover off. So a good way to judge what's going on is to look at the teeth of your back sprocket. I intend to replace both of these at the same time, and that's a good position for the light right there. So when the chain goes bad and I notice some symmetry problems, I'm going to replace the chain and the sprockets. But if the teeth are in good condition front and rear when I go to replace the chain, well, then I'm just going to replace the chain. That's happened before, and that's okay. But if the wear is, showing problems, such as the teeth not being symmetrical anymore, or the chain pulls away from the teeth on the back sprocket, as in a test I just performed, you're probably going to want to replace rear sprocket, front sprocket, and chain together. But for now, everything looks good. There's nothing in the book about the distance between the links of the chain to tell when it's worn out. There are gauges that allow you to do this, but they can fool you as well, because you have to take something like 7 or 8 measurements going around the chain, marking it each time. Then you go, it's a little bit wider on this side than it is on that side of the chain. You know, is it different above and below? You know, where is it different? Why is it different? So a chain gauge isn't the best way to tell if your chain's worn out. It helps, but you should use your eyeballs and try a couple of things. Because I am really close up here in terms of this gauge, right? The next adjustment or two, I'm going to have to pay close attention to where this is and what's going on. So those arrows are really close to the edge of the window, and I'm really close to the red zone. Yes, pay attention to your next couple of adjustments. I do a quarter turn each time. That's a small increment. I pay a lot of attention to my chain because I'm out in the middle of nowhere by myself. So, hey, you know, listen, learn, and enjoy. And thank you very much for watching my video today. So that's something I've had to put up with for about 3,000 miles. It's kind of getting ridiculous that I can't seem to get this thing fixed. Ongoing issues all the time.